Hello everyone, I'm just doing a channel update today. You can kind of start expecting these toward the end of the month from now on. I'm just going to talk about some of the stuff I have coming up, and I guess I'll give some of my opinions on some of the games I've been playing for the past month. First off, I'm currently playing Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. I'm about almost done with the game. I'm aiming to put up like some footage of every character, preferably in their alternate costume if I can, and maybe some of the major optional quests. Like I think I'm gonna do like an expert trial video today or something like that. Final Fantasy 15, I pretty much wrapped that up. I did a lot of the early stuff I wanted to do. I may go back to it. I've been considering doing like a speed run. I may stream that live when I do that. For now, I'm just kind of a little burnt out on it. I'm more focusing on Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. But the demo was pretty solid. They gave me a better impression of the game than the footage they were releasing. But it's not perfect. There's some balance issues, like items and the whole critical state are kind of overpowered. It's very hard for you to die in the game. And you kind of have to warm up to the mechanics. The game isn't like cancel heavy, or it's not like super deep, and it's no Devil May Cry or Bayonetta kind of game. It's a very, it's more of a game where you sit back and you analyze the situation and the environment, and you just make actions based on that. It's not like a hardcore run in and just hit everything up. I mean, you can kind of get away with that, but you're also going to get hit a lot in the process. So it just depends on, you just kind of have to appreciate the game for what it is, and I think if you appreciate it in that regard, it's not too bad. I know we're going to have a chance to give some feedback on the game, so hopefully we give the proper feedback and Square Enix actually listens and we get the game that is worthy of the 10-year wait. Next week, in the next couple of weeks, we have Tokiden Kiwami. That's one game I'm playing for sure. I already have that pre-ordered. I absolutely love Tokiden, and I played the Tokiden Kiwami demo. It was amazing. They made a lot of little enhancements to the engine that you probably wouldn't really notice if you weren't a Tokiden player, but they changed like hitboxes on some attacks. They made little tweaks to all the little elements in the game, and I think it's great. Now that it's coming to the PS4, I think it's going to have a bigger audience of players, and I wouldn't overlook this game. If you're like a Monster Hunter fan, or you're just looking for a good game that you can sink a lot of hours in, this is the game. It's a very fun game, and they made some great enhancements from the first one. We also, next week we have One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. Now this game is, oh my god, this coming out right next to Tokiden is such a conflict for me, because I love Tokiden and I love One Piece Pirate Warriors. One Piece Pirate Warriors, if you were ever wondering what my favorite Warriors games are, it's the One Piece Pirate Warriors games. The first game, it was very unpolished, but it showed a lot of potential. The second game definitely fleshed out a lot more of that potential, and from what I've been watching of the third game, it's doing nothing but improving upon what 2 did. So I'm very much looking forward to it, but trying to play that next to Tokiden is going to be a real challenge, because both of these games are, they're kind of a time investment. There's a lot of grinding to it, so I don't know. I may focus more on Tokiden at first and then start getting into One Piece more down the road, but I think I'll try to show off some interesting things that One Piece has to offer when it releases. Tokiden doesn't come out, it does come out a little bit after One Piece, so I will have about a week or so to focus on One Piece before Tokiden comes into play, but it's going to be a bit of work juggling these 2 games that I'm really looking forward to playing. I wanted to get Senran Kagura, the new one, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it, at least not at launch. I may just wait for localization, or I don't know. I really wanted to play that. Earlier this year I had fit that into my schedule, but between that, Tokiden, and One Piece, it's impossible. One of the games are just, I know that's probably, Senran Kagura would be the game that gets overlooked, as I know I like the other 2 a bit more, but I don't know. We'll see. Just depends. I have. Ooh, I can't even remember the game right now. Can't remember the name of it. Sorry, I gotta. This is the big, sort of the big PS4 game coming out. I have to look it up. It's not something I've like been super looking forward to, but I'm gonna give it a try. Just gotta see the name real quick. Bloodborne, yeah, Bloodborne. I rented that off of GameFly, so I'm probably gonna have that like a couple days after it ships. I'm not like I played the Demon Souls and Lost Souls games, and they're not bad. They're just I don't know. I don't get some of the hype. I mean, the Bloodborne looks kind of interesting. It looks a little more action heavy compared to those games, so I'll give it a try. I mean, it seems like a pretty big release for the PS4, so I don't really want to overlook it, but I'm not going to be purchasing it. I'm just going to rent it from GameFly and keep it till I get bored. So I'll be playing. I guess you can look forward to that. I don't know how much I'm actually going to cover it on my YouTube, but I'm going to at least give it a try, you know. If I see something interesting, then you guys can of course expect me to show that off. Recently I've been starting streaming. So far I have some limitations to that, of course. I'm streaming using the built-in PS4 streamer, so I can only stream PS4 games, and some games do have limitations to streaming, like they'll block cutscenes or block some licensed soundtracks and stuff like that. So it's a start. I still want to get my own streaming rig going so I can stream whenever, whatever. No restrictions, but this is a start, and you know, it's not bad. It works really well, aside from being limited to just playing PS4 games. I'll put my link in the description. I'm trying to stream daily, maybe some days more so than others, but I try to stream daily. Basically, anytime I'm just playing the game and progressing and grinding, like Type 0, basically the past few days when I just play the game and I'm just progressing, I've just been streaming it. So, you know, if you guys want to come in and check that out or ask any questions or whatever, feel free to. Let's see what else. Let me just talk a bit about some of the games I've been playing recently. First I'm going to talk about Dragon Quest Heroes. This was a game I was super looking forward to, and overall it's a great game, but it did have some problems, and I know you guys may have noticed I didn't cover it as thoroughly as I may have made it seem like I was going to. Like the production values in the game are outstanding, the mechanics are very good as well, and overall it's a fun game. I think they did a good job at mixing the Warriors experience with an RPG experience. The only problems I have with the game is there's absolutely zero reason to play any characters besides the ones that you like or the ones that are most efficient. Normally in Warrior games they have you pick other characters you have to play at least another character to some capacity to unlock their weapons or something. But not in this game. You can just ride the game from beginning to end with whatever party you prefer, and there's very little incentive to mix it up, and some characters are definitely a cut above others. There are some scenarios where some characters can be effective, but overall there's a lack of balance and no motivation to pick a character outside of just wanting to pick a character. Probably the biggest problem, bigger than that though, is almost every enemy after halfway through the game has super armor, which means they cannot be flinched. So having all these cancels, guard cancel, jump cancel, dodge cancel, doesn't matter that much because you can't combo. There's no combos. So, you know, I can still enjoy a game without combos, but it definitely takes away from something, especially when, you know, what some of the appeal of Warriors games to me is kind of having fun with the juggle and combo system, and they don't really have that in this game, so that's a little bit unfortunate. It kind of takes away some of the appeal as well. Overall it's a great game, but I don't think it has the longevity of play that other Warrior games do. So it's going to be more of just a classic action RPG rather than you're going to play it more for as an action RPG that you sink maybe few dozen hours into and then you shelf it, and there's really not much else to do beside that. There's not really much to drag you back to want to just pick it up and play it for the heck of it. I mean, I could be wrong, everybody has their preferences, but to me it didn't stick on me like a Warriors game normally does. Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. I got this game and I didn't play it much, but it's not bad. The improvements they've made they're good improvements. The price of the game was good. If you want to play Devil May Cry game, action game, whatever, this is a good pickup. I just, for some reason, it kind of came out at a bad time and I didn't get around to playing it too much. Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I had rented this off of GameFly. I was a bit skeptical about actually paying full price for it after I was seeing some of the issues and concerns with the game. I had more fun with the game than I thought I would, but the PvP it's very sloppy. I played a variety of matches, I streamed a lot of matches, and whether I was winning or losing, it didn't really feel very skillful. I felt like past Dragon Ball Z games definitely had more skillful systems and some better netcode. It depends. It varies from game to game, but I just kind of felt like this game wasn't really a very skillful game. It was just coming up with a really cheesy build and playing it as best as you can, especially through the lag. Like literally the kind of combos you would see me do offline, I really can't pull off online just because of the lag. So when the lag completely changes the dynamic of the game and what you're able to pull off, that kind of takes away some of the enjoyment. It's not a bad game though, and I think with a sequel they could really polish this up if they stick with the Xenoverse style gameplay and just improve on it. I think it's a good first attempt. Resident Evil Revelations 2. This game, I enjoyed it. The campaign it feels more like classic Resident Evil, so if you haven't been too into these hardcore Hollywood cinema style Resident Evil games that they've recently been putting out, this game kind of has more of a throwback to older Resident Evil games, more survival elements, more cheesy dialogue, more just, horror in general. It's more of a survival horror game. The campaign is kind of short though, so in order for this game to really be worth it, you have to be into the raid mode, which the raid mode is very good. It's sort of, you're kind of grinding and repeating the same thing, but if you enjoy optimizing your characters and building them up, and it's a very fun mode. I spent a good amount of time on it. I have a pretty strong Wesker. I've just kind of been waiting for them to release the online mode before I kind of really get into it anymore, but I've been playing it a lot on the side and I have fairly powered up characters. So when they actually release the online mode for that, you can expect to see more of that. It's a pretty good game for the price point, if you're not too much into the whole grinding of raid mode, you may not feel like you're getting enough value from the game if you're relying on campaign alone, but I think overall, people that have been really looking forward to more traditional or old school Resident Evil, this is a good game. Or if you just kind of want to play a shooter that isn't your typical generic Call of Duty or whatever, this is also a good pick as well. I think that's about it. As usual, just give me comments, give me opinions. There's a lot of games coming out. Maybe you guys can let me know what you want to see more than something else. I don't know. There's a lot. I don't know. You guys kind of let me know if there's something you really want to see more than something else, or because I kind of just play what I want to play, but at the same time I would definitely like to put up some stuff that you guys really want to see, so feel free to let me know. You can definitely expect to see some One Piece in the next few days, which we're going to try to show off all the new characters and some of the changes to old ones. I've seen Marco's gameplay footage and he looks really awesome. It looks like they gave him some airstrings now, so you're definitely going to see Marco videos. Probably a lot of Marco videos because I absolutely loved him in 2. But I'm definitely going to check out all the other characters too and see what they're capable of. And then of course Tokiden, I'll be doing streams of that and definitely be showing off some of the new weapons and better capacity when I can use different Matama builds and stuff. And of course you guys can just add me on PSN if you want a really strong ally to play with. I'm already completely decked out. I have all the best gear in the first Tokiden, so I'm going to be going into the Kiwami in full force, completely ready. Let's see, I'm just looking and seeing if there's anything else I may have overlooked. It doesn't seem like it. As far as Wii U, I have some bad news with that. I let my brother borrow my Wii U, so basically no Wii U footage for a while. I mean, I can kind of get it back whenever I want, but I'm letting him play like some of the games that you guys saw me stream. He wanted to play those, but he didn't really want to buy a Wii U himself. The next game I'm like really wanting to play on that is Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I'd say Splatoon as well. I kind of want to play Splatoon. It looks cool. So when one of those 2 games come out, I'll definitely be playing one or the other, both of them most likely. But until then, there's not really going to be much. There's not really going to be any Wii U footage actually, unless I just have a sudden urge to get back into playing something. That aside, I think that's about it. I'd say that covers all of what's going on right now. As I said before, just leave any comments if you have any specifics or questions you want to know. See you guys.